It appears all my setup decided to fail then, and yeah, that's puts me right off when the stream fails and I lose all my train of flow. I'm gonna take a moment. I'm back now. I see that YouTube's up, Facebook's up, or not. Well, we set up these events, and they allow us to kind of stream to them in time, so people can join to those events. But that decided to just go tits, and now I think I fixed it. Everything's all working now, so I lost everything in a way of my train of thought, and I'm gonna have to kind of figure out where we got to. So if y'all just gonna check read only dashboard, it's all okay. The restream. And I'm told that there's a sync. I don't know how to fix that. I think it might be my capture card, which is a cheap capture card, so it's not the low latency for this camera. And I haven't. We're okay for now. But where were we? Let's try and remember where we were. We were looking at this. And if you just kind of join back in, we're doing selection practice again. We're coding it up. I was at the point of doing this sidebar. I want to be able to filter the data, just as we have on our designs here, where we can filter by any shows which are takeovers, which are very popular, people's choice shows, which I need to kind of go through the data and pin them better. Any shows which have missing data. And people are trying to call me now as well, so it's not handy. Come back later, call back later. I'm busy. So I got all of this to work with, and I want to make it, of course, work today. So I just popped it inside. And let's open up back onto our editor and see how much of this we can get coded up. So I'm going to grab onto this label, I'm going to pop that back in, and for now I'm hard coding it, but I think I'm going to like separate this out into its own component somehow. Takeovers. I don't know how many there's about 14 of them, because I need to kind of get this data right, but I just want to know that I've got things wired up before making it more dynamic. So it's how I roll. Let's go for, let's keep that blank, and then takeovers. Need to figure out how I'm going to get this array and filter it down. So it might be the case of component computed. We're still using the options API on VJS, and we're gonna take in those episodes, and we're gonna do filtered episodes, and I guess we only need a data prop section, which will be type of episode, and we're just gonna go with all for now. So we go if this dot type of episode equals not all, well, then return this episodes. Everything. We need to fix that too. Hello, Matt. Hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. It's such a very weird time. I'm pretty sure it's all over the news of what's happening around the world. So I thought we won't talk anything about that. We'll do some code and and just hang out. So do throw messages into the chat. Tell me where you're coming from, how your day has been going, and if you're a coder like me, what you coding? We can have a little look see and see how it is. I think my friend Matt, he put out a tweet earlier today on his Tram Spotter. I forget what app it is. Made with you. Oh, he's got made with you. And this application, I don't know whether it works on desktop, but when you go to this site, you type in your location, or give it access to your location, and it'll tell you where your closest tram stop is and what the next tram will be. So it says Cornbrook is my technically closest, but no, my closest one is Deansgate, and it says that there's a tram in 5 minutes time I can get going to Ashton. One way down the line. There's loads of awesome improvements which can happen with this, and it auto updates in the background. It's a very, very simple application, but it helps people who are doing that daily commute and just need to find that information out right now. So yeah, there's your spot. Hope you like that, mate. Also, do tell me what other projects you're working on. I can also share some lights on that. But my project, Selection Track List, we are going to be doing this filtered episodes. So let's bring that in. Computed. Yeah, that should be right. Expecting a return value, of course. If it doesn't, then we need to just return everything else. Pretty much the same, right? But we're going to put in a whole bunch of different types of like series in here. Hello. Hello, N4T3 Duck. Guess who? Jason? I don't know. Don't know. Night for N4 Duck. Ha! It's Nate. How you doing, buddy? Which Nate? I've got like a few Nates in my my circle of friends. The best Nate. They're all everyone's the best Nate. You see what I did there? So yeah, we're still cracking on with our code. Where did I go to? You distracted me. Stop it, you. We've got to fill out of these again. We've got the takeovers. So, well, if it's all, we don't need to deal with it. If the type of episode is takeover, we know that inside the episodes, each of them will contain a flag in there, so we can map over that, and the episode like kind of contains that. Forget how this data is going to come out. So what I'm going to do to make life a little bit easier is I'm going to output the very first episode and see how it structures. I think it structures how I think it is. So we're going to go with episodes, find the first one, and just kind of output that onto the page, and it should be a right old mess. Go to here. Or not. I'm expecting all those episodes to render out, unless I've broken it with this. No, it didn't work, that did it? What I wanted to do is output all that. Maybe show me the episodes. Yeah! Show me the first episode. Close enough. So we have data in here, and we would know the episode number. Sessions gets a bit big, and we're looking for takeover if it contains. But I don't think I got one in here. That should be a takeover. Let's make that fit. Let's fix that. So we have a set of data contents, episodes 9 through 4. This is a JRock session. You usually put it down here. Takeover equals true. Oh, haha, silly me. Second episode. If it load, there it is. So we should see if we just put takeover, that should equal true. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. So, Best Nate, what do you think we should have here? We should have. That's right, takeover. So if takeover equals true, we're gonna not map over them, but we're gonna filter. We need to filter all the episodes where takeover equals true to get the types of episodes which equal takeover. And I'm gonna map this. I need to kind of get this to change with whatever we have on our checkbox here. So V model. I think this might work across multiple. So we've got to do V model on that and change the value to that. And value. Well, we don't, for all, it just needs to be empty. I broke the thing. Let's separate that and bit better. It's this automatic formatting, which is, yeah, there we go. Use the shorthand if else. Oh, like a ternary. That's what you mean in. So Nate is asking on chat whether we use a ternary. So a ternary looks like oh, forget how it is in JavaScript. Like if it equals this, then we return that array, or we return a different array. That's how you do a ternary. So you could do that. The reason why I'm not using a ternary at the moment, so you can see here, if we wrap this round with parentheses, we can see that this is a calculation to figure out, well, the operation to see if this returns true. After this question mark, we return this true path, otherwise it's false. But this I'm not going to use because I'm going to set in a whole set of else if with other conditions. And maybe work on the array which we have beforehand, because from the design we see, it's a whole bunch of checkboxes. So I might want to say like all services which are on SoundCloud and takeovers to filter that down. So I'm gonna have to work a bit more on this, and also the parameters might be slightly different. So we can see international shows or solo shows would be takeover false. People's choice, I think that's in the title, so I need to check whether the title contains that. And the same with an interview. I check for like with this person, because I don't have the data locked in there for all the episodes. I probably should, like as I have it on here, takeover. I should have like contains interview equals true. But I have hundreds of episodes to go through and do that. How I currently do it on this on the live site. So if we go over to selection track list, we go to all the track lists, and it's been a while since I've been an interview. Let's see. Here we go. Nope, not close enough. Let's keep going. Here we go. We have with Jayla Dillon, and it says with interview. And how I've decided that is one of the sets says interview with. So if it contains interview on one of the sets, then we know that the data contains interview. So we can figure that out. And didn't want to do a server-side conversion for that. But equally, all that data on the local end might be heavy. I don't know yet. Might have to defer that after the server side. We'll rock with that for now. So if this type of episodes equals, well, we got multiples in there, so includes takeover. We're gonna have to change it to an array. We do the same here. Includes that. And what's it? We said interview. Return. I'm just gonna make it less noisy for now. Hide that because I want to change this to to a array. A type of episode, and it might be like, I'll have to put a verification and validation because you can't have all and type episode like this. But oh, how do you do the array? Part of me is wanting to go takeovers and then set that as true. But that's an object. And that equally works. That could work. But I don't like that. It doesn't feel... That doesn't feel too great to me. Because what would happen with that is I would have down here a object and say take overs. We'd have false. Try again, Kyle. Interview, and we'd toggle through these, and that kind of works actually. It's explicit, right? And we can assuming I always says that, then we can simplify it like that. That's actually making better sense. So to make that possible, could be like that. And I need to do a bit of a research on the... It might just be the simple case. It would be in a Boolean automatically for us. And what we'll do is make things easier by just outputting the content of that into our page. So we can see the resultant. Change that. Type of episode should be a object now. We click that and it broken. It broken. That was unexpected. This type of episode has takeover, which is true. Then do some work. Otherwise, all episodes. So, type of episode, takeovers. Well, all doesn't exist in that. Let's add in all for now. And yeah, that's handling how we expect it. But it didn't do this calculation here. filtered episodes. So that's filtered equals this episode's. We get from that, we do filtered equals that. So we're manipulating that filtration down, and then hopefully we can return filtered. Otherwise, we don't need to do any of that. So if it contains takeover, we can do that. And we don't necessarily need to do the if else, because we want to compound them together. So from previous filtration, if we add on another filter, we should be able to filter that down. My mind's really thinking that it should be server side. Type of episode, but I'll do it simply for now. The interview. If it contains interview, then filtered equals filtered. Yep, there we go. Grab that. Put that in. Filter and episodes. Episodes. We got to break this one down a bit more because it means that we've got to go into the episode sessions. Then for each of the session, we need to check its name. So let's do a return on that. Filter, doing a double filter each, and that's a session. The session name includes interview. I want it to be matches because we want a regular expression. It's global, and that's going to bring us back a. Oh, we can do the test. The alternative way out of regular expression, interview and G. That's one way, and it'll test that string contains that. And I'll probably wrap around this with a uppercase, lowercase. Actually, I think in a regular expression we can do insensitive, global case insensitive. Save, and we need to add in this checkbox here. And this will be interviews. It would help if I type of so take over. We'll do singular for the keys. Because I'm getting type of so that's where I went wrong, is I was mixing up with the plural and singular. Refresh that page, allow it to load. Take over. Nope. How about interview? Nope. We totally should be within that block there. Let's do a console log and see if we are doing our takeover. Takeover filter. And if you open up our console, I just got it. and for Nathaniel with Duckworth. Oh, no. Nate Duckworth. Yep. Hi. I was expecting it to be you. I have like 3 Nates in my circle, and I was like, is that Nate? It's been a while. I assume you're not at that co-working space still. Oh, duplicate keys created a object error. That's because this here. How about we do that? Because the episode is quite unique. Of course, all is not going to work. Gonna take advantage of the last day before lockdown, grab some food. Awesome, do it. Catch you all soon. I've already got some food in the fridge ready for me to devour. I had this awesome place up in Northern Quarter, not Northern Quarter, Ancoats, the other side of Manchester, and they do the most amazing like Bondi bowls from like Australia. Just a bowl full of health. And I ordered myself like a whole bunch of those because I knew that I wanted to enjoy them for a little while. And I'm inspired by it, so I thought I'd just throw the guy some money. He sent over a whole bunch of bowls and got a whole bunch of them in the fridge ready for later. I'm hungry now. I want to eat them all. And I wanted to just also save like one for tomorrow and maybe the day after. But I have to think of alternative food. I might actually make a biryani later on. You've got me really hungry now. Damn it, you guys. What are you eating anyway? What are you guys got planned for food? I'm a big foodie. I like to eat food. I'm sure you all like to eat food. Any plans? I'm expecting this content to change when I trigger that, and it's not doing as expected. I was also expecting it to trigger the change in this computed, which is interesting. Why are you not doing that? Do you trigger when I do a change? So yeah, you got the observer. I trigger a change. Observer. Takeover is true. Then do I need to be explicit? True. Think. Let's try. If this, then do that. Then it totally should be working, but it's not going into this. We're not getting this console log, so something's happening which I'm not obviously seeing, and it always happens when I'm doing live coding. Let's try that. Still false. How are you still false? It's maybe true. Whoa. Think. That is so weird. I'm out on a limb here. View, checkbox, boolean, change, computed. I said computed box. Well, that Stack Overflow is very difficult. Like, that's not really... That was what I was conceding to. Model bool. Do I need to expressly do that? Don't want to do an if and switch the things around. That's not ideal. Do I add in value, which is a true there, and will that trigger it off? My coding foo has gone really rusty like in the last 24 hours. I really don't know what I'm doing. I thought I had this all figured out, and then coming up to this checkbox, I'm like, why are you not working? Because you meant to have an E in there. Spelling mistake. That's why I've lost my marbles. Thank you. That's working as expected now. It's always something very, very minute which you don't see for a while, and then you get stuck down a little hole. Let's take out these console logs. I like that it updates automatically, but I don't like how it should check any of these and remove that all visually, and the same when you check all, remove all others. And I'll put in a method for that. Methods check all. And I want to pass in the kind of object which we're checking all on. Yeah, it's gonna be a one-way because I don't think if I check all, it should stay checked as a one-way action. And then for object keys, object in the object for each of them, which is the key, we want to go over the object key and then set it as false. I think it's like uncheck all. When you click on all, you want all to check and it's to uncheck all others. Uncheck others. I'll go with that. And we don't need the V model. We want to be we want to click, and we want to pass in the type of episode into that. So if I check these, checking that should do that. Cool. And I want to make sure we have no hook to that, don't we? So I'll probably need to keep that V model on there and have it as all. It's going to go through all of them, but we want to make sure object.all equals true by forcefully setting it. So we go through these. Don't want it to toggle. It totally... Why are you complaining? Go fix this. Check that, and then maybe I put a prevent default on it, and that'll fix it. So prevent. So regardless of checking it, it's always going to go and do that action. That's done exactly. And I also need to kind of do a watcher on that to make sure that we uncheck all others. So watch. I'm going to do a watch on the type of episode and value. Yeah, there we go. Fix the formatting. And it's going to be the full object. If any of the keys other than the all key are true, then we want to set all off. So object all equals false. And I have a feeling that's going to take itself into an infinite loop, which I don't want it to do. Probably can do values. I just want to get any of the entries. Try that. While let key value in of. I keep getting those mixed up. And it's 4. If value, if key not equals all, and value, well, will be true, then object all equals false. Feels like it should work, but I really don't trust it. I don't even know whether we got ourselves into an infinite loop. The way to test that is console log like each change we see. Unfortunately, it's not done. That's what we expected. Maybe it's. Let's do view watch. That totally should be working. Let's go verbose and put in a handler in there, and listen, it is a function, of course. Let's try deep. We should see when I click one of these that it's triggered it twice, and I suspected. And if we click on all, kind of guess it's trying to null itself out, even though it's... Let's go in here and see what happens. So we have our key and value, and it's probably try to detect something. Clear this off. This takeover's true. It's not done a falsing of that. If key not equals all. Only change the ones which we want to care about here. Try that again. Yes. No. Oh, come on. It's probably a really easy way about doing this, and I'm just going crazy. That all should be checked. Clicky, 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 clicky. Console log. Click that, yeah, as expected. Click that. Not as expected. But it totally should. That should be checked. Why are you not checked? True, yeah. False. True. Is it? Try that prevent again. Clicky, yeah, click. Clicky, clicky, click, click, clicky, clicky. Almost. Maybe I'll go into that watcher again and see. Any of them are true, we set that. All is false. Oh, we can do a very simple check here, I guess. Think of it, if we go object dot values of the object, and if they all every of them, and the object, well, the value of that object is value equals false, and we put that in if, then object all equals true. See what I'm doing there? All the values. So we should then have an array of like a false, 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 if we can spell false each 3 times in a row. And if they're all false, we set true. I'm gonna go, yeah, that seems like it's right. Clicky, 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 click again. No, come on! You're true though! Why? It totally should be working. Maybe I'm doing it completely wrong. Prevent. Let's do that prevent again, because it was kind of stopping that and allowing our code to kind of handle itself. It really, really, really does not want to do. Ah, screw it. I don't want to deal with this now. I'll probably end up finding a better way for it. See, like, you take away those and boom, yeah, that works as expected. But I don't like how it toggles that checkbox. But I'll continue on. Otherwise, it gets really boring trying to fix one issue for like half an hour. I just clicked on, yeah, that. I didn't want to click on that. I think I can now feel. I'm doing it verbose at the moment, but as you can see, I have a title which has slightly different, and it's got the calculations which it should have. And that's gonna be expensive. And I don't want it to be expensive for all those different calculations. Because I'm gonna have to calculate those beforehand. You see my problem? So I'm gonna have to have take over count, and it's going to return filtered length of episodes which contain that. And we're having to do it multiple times. I'm concerned early on, might be just me. But if we're going through 500 records each time just to make these calculations, it might not be too efficient. I'll have to check it out and I can optimize that. Interview count. Let's go here in interview count. I probably can actually reuse some of these functions as well. So return this episodes, all episodes which contain a session, and then we just want length. So I could probably go interviews and save this work here. Let's do a unique. We're going from the source written all interviews, and then we've got the takeovers. We've got those. We don't have to resort them. I'm thinking far too ahead. And that didn't work as expected. There should be no interviews. Oh, that's right. Of course. I want it to be a Boolean. Don't need to capture that. There we go. We're going to have to bring over another episode. What episode do we find over on here? We had episode 437. So, go over to here, city code, projects, selection, track list. We've got to copy content. episodes 337 markdown to down a directory version 4 content episodes. I could copy them all, but I didn't really want to put my computer under stress on each reload. I wanted to do that optimization check selectively. There we go. It was unexpected with that artwork. That's not unexpected artwork. Why are you displaying? Open tab. That's not the right artwork. Or is it? That is the right artwork. Why? What's up with this one then? Open a new tab. $37.50. Selection all day. And 37. Did I break? I broke it. I broke it without realizing it. What's happened on? This is a production issue as well. Is that right? Did I? That episode has the wrong artwork. If I go over to, say, Apple Music with that, that's the right artwork. I'm gonna have to fix that. That's gonna drive me nuts. Console track in the wrong project. Selection track list EU. Storage. And we gotta go into central. Gotta go into images, episodes. I wanted to check for sanity. It takes ages to get to this point. I have a script which I can re-download that very easily. Which episode was it? 437. So it's this. See how difficult it is when you load this page because it's pagination. Yeah, that's generally a bug, but we can fix that very, very easily. Let's grab this. Open image, new tab, and I think 1080 by 1080. It'll give us the full size. I don't need this. That should be the full size. I'll do it. Yeah, I do need that. I think it was square. Nope. Do I need a 60 on there? No. Cool. So grab this. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I go into selection track list and I go onto Node. I have a Node script for this. And it's in the scripts, grab artwork, and I type in the episode number which it needs to be, which is 437, and I need to wrap my artwork around parentheses like this. Boop. And that should have updated on my host. By clicky click. That's updated. See, it's the correct artwork. Huh? Why? That sent me way off. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know what I've done. This happens to be a bug on another part of my project, which I need to be cautious about. So we have recent, I think it's functions.selection track list. We have found a production bug. I want to investigate it just a little bit and probably fix it another time. And it's transfer, no, image transformation. And what we do, because this is the code which we'll go through this, and you can see images, and it will try and find that image, and it doesn't care about anything after this, I think, or WebP. It'll find the right source. So it's just found the right item. And what's happened is it's gone like, oh, I know an item which starts with that. I'll choose that, and it happens to be the first in this, because some of these have JPEG or PNG because I'm not corrected that. You can see here, this has gone, well, that's the first one which matches this. But I'm actually explicitly going .jpg or PNG, so I'm explicitly going, I want just this, and it might be a simple fix, I'm hoping. Tokenize. Don't worry if you can't follow along with this. This was such a absolute bear to really work out because of like PNGs and JPEGs, and I wanted it to find just the object minus the actual end key. So I think it's this here. We're finding get files. We don't do a secondary pass on that. So this object key, we're replacing everything after the dot with that. So this is the prefix. So of course it's got to find the very first one. I'm gonna put marker bug finds objects like 473-5 instead JPG of 473. Pretty much. Because I've got rid of what this is, getting rid of anything beyond that. So it's finding the prefix. I can fix that with a single dot. So it's going to find everything up to that dot. I'm finding that dot and any name, any top level file identifier, file meme type, meme type, yeah. And I've forgotten how to deploy this. Did I have a specific deploy? Open a new tab on that project, functions, selection, and I had a lot of like work which was let's remove that comment because I think I've just resolved that by that. The logic makes sense, and I don't think it automatically deploys when I ship that, but I'm gonna, could I simply go like this, functions like this, and Firebase deploy only functions. Actually, I want to only deploy that one singular function because I don't want to override current ones and potentially break everything else. On image transform. Maybe? That's how you do Firebase deployments, but I forget whether I had anything special in place. Just doing some unit tests. I do some tests. It's just lengthy when on stream. Whether we're not found out what we're doing, we're just kind of hacking around. Then testing is complicated or lengthy. But it is a good practice to go for. And it didn't do it because I have... It didn't want to do it. Internal server error. That might be because I need to do... I can deploy that later. I'll do that later. I'll note it down. The reason why I don't want to do it now is because I'm concerned of what sort of security keys I need to put on screen. And last time we did that, even though I do have a special key on my keyboard to hide things out, it didn't go too well. And I forgot exactly how to deploy that script. But what I'll do, I'll fix bug with thing, fix bug with file name MIME type. I think that's right. I'm just gonna push that for now. Deploy functions. Cool. I'm gonna close that for now, and I don't need to worry about that. I'll close this code. Where were we? We were distracted by the artwork. Found an interesting bug. Thank you very much, guys. And I wanted to make sure that we got interview coming up here, and this should contain a interview set. So we've done the calculation then with interview, and I previously did that. How did I do that? I did that on pages, episodes, slug. I must have had to do that calculation to go includes. I went straight with that, so it does not even doing a type case check. Some, of course, session.name. Let's try that. Let's go back over to this. Boom, yes. And this total count, all, is easy-ish. We can just grab that. Episodes length it. Come back over to this. We have 3 episodes. Yay! And grab that one. That one maybe? Okay. So I do want to make these function. Do I? We know that function, and we need to have the sum there. We know that's a correct function, but we might want to pass in the, because we want to concatenate these together. If there is a takeover which has an interview, or is it show me takeovers and interviews? What do you think? Show me takeovers and episodes which contain interviews, or show me episodes which contain takeovers which are interviews at the same time. Reason why that, because if I need to go from the main source like we do here and rebuild that array and sort it again, which is an absolute nightmare. Let's do that. Let's go where my mind is feeling right. So we've got to make 2 computed, which are for this. We're going to filter that. We're going to get rid of the length. And I can change this to that, and then takeovers, interviews. Episodes. I want it to be explicit. Takeover episodes. Yeah. Episodes. Let's do that. Then I can. Don't need to worry. Well, that's a starting point. But then when we do this, start takeover episodes. Gotta change that. Oh, come on. I don't think this is right. So I want to continue the filtration down for as many filters there are when we get to, say, if it's on SoundCloud. Or otherwise it'll just be all episodes all the time. And if I do this, it's gonna loop around itself, and because we're going, say, filtered episodes, okay, filtered episodes, takeover episodes, filter. That's not going to work. Perhaps it's this function here. So we dial back a few steps and recheck that. It's that function and this function here, which we're going to bring outside. So try again, Kyle. Function is interview episode. We've got to pass in the episode, and see what I'm doing here is I'm going to grab that return function, so we don't have to type it out twice. And then I can save myself a lot of effort there. And the same here. I'd be tempted for this takeover, but it's close, and I don't need to worry about that anymore. Have a function for that same place. Return a true. I'll be okay with that. What other ones did we have? Guest appearance. That will be with someone. So let me just go guest. GUEST. False. And we'll hard code it in for now. But what I'm thinking of doing is having a translation layer, or using localization. Pick out that title correctly. I spelled that right, didn't I? Appearance. Spelling is usually terrible. Guest appearance count. And we're got to do the countdown here. That and this, and then return this episode's filter episodes and his guest appearance episode. Of course, we want to grab that function. You want to click on there. You don't exist, and you want to space between there. We go up here. Function is guest appearance episode, and it's almost like this one. So episode sessions name contains interview, but we want it to find the with that, and it has to have that, and it needs to be explicitly that. And I think we'll go with a space before, a space after. That only matches. Oh, I'll go with that because it may be with and the space, and we can see there's a typo there, but that's. We'll put in that. So it can handle that case. It has to have a space between the anything before it, so it's not W and then a space, height and complexion like that. It should handle it. And we have a J-Rock episode, and this is a guest appearance episode. And that should have happened on that one. And this is guest. True. And if this type of episode is a guest, then that's object. Created, filtered, false. We're continuing on that filtration. Filter E is guest appearance episode. I might even need to be able to shorten that down by just throwing in guest it is, and that'll call that function. But that should have picked that up. Let's check our regular expression. Reg x101. We're going to grab this title. Let's open it up over here. Grab that. That's our test string, and we want to test our regular expression. That, and we want it not multi-line, global, and insensitive. And it's found it. So why is that not worked? Filter episodes which contain that. That should have persisted in there. Get rid of that panel. Let's open up on side by side. Probably easier. Oh, of course. It's not the session name. It's just the show name. So we can get rid of all this and just have episode name contains that, and that should sync to one. Episode title, I think it is. Yay, there we go. I just realized this spacing is not ideal. zoom this out. I think that's about right. You have tons of spacing and not enough spacing on this version. I'll fix that eventually. I just want to kind of get this functionality working. Interviews. Yeah, cool. What other functionality do we have? We have a solo show. So this is a show which doesn't contain interview, doesn't contain a guest appearance, and it doesn't contain People's Choice. I probably should do the People's Choice one actually. So yeah, we'll continue on with this. Box, and this is People's Choice. People's Choice count. The People's Choice, yeah, the People's Choice, and alright, is that nicely? And in order to get that count, let's see down here. People's Choice count. Return this dot episodes dot filter, and the episode, well, is People's Choice. Let's bring this function, break it out. Function is People's Choice episode. Return. How have I done this previously? Because it's not data which I've tracked on production. Leave that. Put that down. Some of these tabs down. We want to keep that open. Close that down. Did I close that down? Close that down. People's Choice. See if Google finds it. The People's Choice. The People's Choice. The People's. It's contained in the title, and just making sure that the title is consistent. I probably should have a tag in the episodes. Say that as People's Choice episodes, like a takeover episode. But I think for now, because I don't want to go through all that data, I can put in probably both. So if episode is People's Choice equals true, or the name includes the People's Choice. I want to quote in there, and it's going to be global, case insensitive. I'm going to test that the episode title contains that. So we've catered for potential future proofing. And I'm not going to do it for the guest appearance, because I think the guest appearance is okay with the title. I don't think I need to add in a boolean for that, but the People's Choice is a rare episode which happens. So I'll put that case in. We need to bring over an episode which is a People's Choice. Let's go for the nice colourful one. 251. And as we did before, let's bring this over here. Boom, boom, boom. We did this. Oh, it's 254, wasn't it? 25. No, I'm not confident. 254 or 251? 251. No search. Oh yeah. CD back into selection facts. And yeah, we copied that across. It should now appear in yeah. Bingo. And that's now a People's Choice. Our filtration is not working on that. the we're going to deal with it here. Yeah. If this type of episode people's choice, then filtered. People's filtered. I'm going to, of course, filter those with is people's choice. I'm going to pass in the episode. Probably it is a very nice we can do that. Wait, load? Yeah, cool. I want to check whether we can just get rid of that and it still work. And this is the interview one. Yes. So we can shorten this code up significantly because it's going to pass itself in. Save us ourselves having to do the rocket. Do that. And I'll save myself doing that. Yeah. I'll click on that, click on this, with that. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, that works. Oh, we have a few people checked in via Periscope. Hello, and someone lurking on Twitch. Good to see you hanging around. Do follow into the chat and give us a wave. Tell us where you're listening from and watching from. And yeah, you got a side project which you're working on as well. That'd be pretty cool to check out too. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to check the design. I was going to check what ones we have missing track lists. So episodes which don't have any track lists in there. There are a bunch, and that actually might help people find some old stuff. So like episode 1, for example, if we go to selection track list and we go to like a really old episode, say let's go to episode 10. No track list. And I want to copy this across because it might be interesting to work on that. Let's go and copy across episode 10. It's a really old episode from 2011. That was that old. Lovely, isn't it? And I want to put in a filter for that too, which is missing. Let's go missing track list. False. I'm putting that in there, and let's code this up. So if this, let's put a space there. This type of episode is missing track list. We get the filtered, and we filter it some more. Equals filtered. Filter it is missing track list. Is that in? And we go missing track list count. And grab this, grab that, throw that in there, and we'll go and add in our function. Episodes. Let's save the document for now. Return episodes where sessions. There's a few different ways where sessions. It could be an array, but if it doesn't have sessions for start, then it's missing track list. Or if there is sessions, length equals 0. If we've got an array, or if we do have sessions, And I guess some. The session tracks length equals 0. That's covering many different cases. And we want to put in the visual for that too. We'll do the missing track list. Missing track list there, and missing track list count. We should see 1. Yeah. And put that. The reason why I put in all those different cases is if we open up our episodes 10, not marked down, we have an array. If we completely remove that, we still want it to kind of work, but it didn't, because we probably need to go if no e sessions. Well, if e sessions, else return false by default. And then if we got the sessions, we can then go into do that double query there. So if we have any sessions, which is defined on the object, on episode 10, we don't have it defined. Let's refresh that page. If episode sessions has own, return true of that. That's breaking other calculations. If the sessions, I don't think there is an episode which doesn't contain that sessions part, but just in case, else turn false. Yeah, we can refresh that page. Yeah, but missing track list, it totally should. Missing track list, true. Because we're missing the track list, we're missing the sessions in there. So if we add in sessions, and it should be an array. And if we turn this into that there is a session, show K's set, and we leave it at that, it'll probably break. Tracks. Let's say if there was no tracks labeled in there. Refresh that. We still want it to appear in there. So I'm tempted to put another guard in S tracks. I'm putting that ternary again. Or no. I assume that we'll always have tracks on that the tracks array. It's as we always will have a sessions array. We should do, unless it's a completely void from that. And when we start importing all that data, we will start seeing those little bugs, and we can fix them very easily on that type. But we're assuming that it will contain that. Just keep it very simple. Cool. Let's see what other ones we've got. So we've done People's Choice. Takeovers we've done. Missing tracks. Guest appearances we've done. International shows. Now, international show 900 and so international shows. I have been keeping some data. So we haven't on this, but on some episodes I got this location US. So I could either assume if an episode doesn't contain a location in there, it's assumed that it's coming from the United States. Otherwise, if it does contain a location in there, it's been broadcast from Europe, for example. Because Joe Kay does travel South Africa and such, and he has done shows from abroad. But I did kind of want to have the data where it's like, is this a episode which is done in studio, or is this like a studio? If this is an episode outside of studio where he's like on location, or it's a live episode recorded from a live show. I think we did have one episode live at the Elroy. Live at go for that. El Rey. And there's a 0.5 episode because it was between two. It wasn't an official selection episode. And there's two. That's probably the only one where it's been like a live. There's been Boiler Room ones which have been live. I don't know how to tag those. Potentially I could tag those as live shows. But they've not happened for a while, so I don't know whether to really... It's interesting data though, but let's see, we'll do the... Can I open up that selection track list? Let's go to that episode. What episode was it? Episode 346.5 between two episodes. Location United States. And it's... Did I add in any of the metadata? No, just live at. Let's see if I can do live from. Let's go pull up. Here we go. So we have episodes which are from Estonia. Did I put in any location? No, I assumed it was the United States. One in Australia. So I got some bad data here as well. I need to fix some of this data. Atlanta. India? Oh, didn't know he did a show from India. What episode is that? 277. A little peek of this show.
Future beats, eclectic soul, forgotten gems, and timeless sound. All brought to you by Joe Kay. This is Selection Radio.
I'll be a few minutes in on the episodes, and I don't think I have the rights to play that. So I've got some data in the titles, but I want to... He definitely did a lot of touring. Chicago. I wanted it... Yeah, I did want to include the city name in there, because the location... Chicago is in the United States, and but it's outside of normal places. So I probably have to do live from Netherlands. This should... Yeah, so I've got live from Netherlands and live from Japan. This should be JP. It's got country based. So how is it gonna? It's international shows. Yeah, let's go for that. Function is international show. Go for episode. What we found out is from the data is we have to do 2 checks if we wanted to use the data as is without having to manipulate the data for now. So if we want to return true if we have a location which doesn't equal US, but we also want to if we do have a location, and the location doesn't equal that. So that's our very first check. We'll wrap that. Or we'll do a next wrap. If the episode title, like we do a test, we do a regular expression test, and it includes live from in there with a space around from the. I'll just keep that, and then it's a global, insensitive, and we'll do that. And what I can do, I can bring in 2 of those episodes. We had Live from Bangalore, India, which is episode 277. Let's bring that one in. 277. And we have another one which we identified, which is from Japan, which is 368. 368. And I can go through and fix that data up to get better stats, but this is how that stats do. And I probably have to move all these logic, this kind of business logic, into some hooks or something like that, just so then I can reuse them on other pages. Because at the moment it's baked in, and I want to probably untangle that a little. So I copied across those 2 episodes. They should be. You can see those there. Bangalore and this one. It doesn't say it in the title, but we know that's from Japan. And we're going to put in the international count. International count. Return this episode's filter is international. Oh, is international. Interview, international episode. Length. And I've already started breaking up my. Let's fix that. It's People's Choice episode. It's missing track list episode. And this is international episode. Let's fix that. Missing that. Yeah. And let's fix up that, and that. Cool. And we can go ahead and add in our if this type of episode is international. So we're checking it if we got international in our checklist, and then we've got to do our filter. Filtered equals filtered, and we've got to filter is international episode. And we want to also copy this down. Yeah, that way. International. Recorded in international show or international. And international count. And we've got an international there. We had 2 of them. Boop. And it didn't work. Of course. Get it right. Think. Yes, those are the 2 episodes which are correct. And we correctly gone live from somewhere. Actually, we identified those. And that is People's Choice, and it contains no, or is. Do we have one which doubles up on both of them? We've only got an episode from one of each, so. Kind of guess that's alright. If it's international and it contains a guest appearance, and none of these can do both of those. And so we're doing international, and then now we've got the solo show. One which doesn't include takeovers, interviews, guest appearances. It could be an international show. It's not People's Choice, and it contains. What does it contain? Let's write the function for that. Let's see what it would look like. So, function is solo episode. This is one where Joe K, the host of Selection Radio, is on his own. So return, and we're gonna go with that's not People's Choice. So, not is People's Choice episode. Add that in. And it's not is guest appearance episode. And it's not. Guest appearance should technically be the same as an interview, but interview. Oh, and we need to pass in the episode in there. And it's not is takeover episode. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull that. That is takeover function. Is takeover episode. Boop, and that, and then return episode take over equals triple equals true. Do that, and I can just plonk that in there and plonk that there. And of course, yeah, you're not used yet, but you will be. Is solo episode. Solo count. I've got these names all over the place. I'll probably go over it again and fix up those names when I separate the when I separate this functionality out into a higher level domain. It feels like it needs separating out soon. Length. That. We need to put in our. But yeah. We're not putting on the side, but we'll put in our filter if this type of episode is solo. Let's go for that. Filtered equals filtered. Filter is solo episode. See, we have a lot of duplication here. We might be able to simplify this a great deal with just some naming fixes now that we've kind of got our code functionality down. But add in that right at the top. We've got our takeovers, but we want solo shows. Solo Joe K. And this is going to be solo there. And solo count. Okay. Takeover of Undefined. So we've got an episode which is try that again. Takeover. And if episodes, where are we? We're not passing in the episode there. Yeah. Well, no. Selection all day has multiple peoples in there. So there's another check which we would do, because if it's Joe K all in one go, you wouldn't have any special guests or multiple sets on there. It would just be one set. So we know to put in that solo episode another query. If episode sessions length equals 1. And we have no episodes. This is one. Episode sessions length equals 1. Not as takeover, and this is all ands. I'm going to go and pop back out of that, go into this, and going to put in on the view the filtered episodes. I'm going to go with the first one which we see there and put out sessions. Length. Should be just solo. How about the second one we should see in that list? There's no sessions, of course. Yeah, so the non-tracklist ones, of course. So back in here we have episode sessions length is less than or equal to 1, because it could be no sessions. And yeah, so ones which are Joe K solo and missing tracklist. That's correct. And what I'll do is I'll bring in a more recent episode which emphasizes that selection tracklist one, which Joker was so 478. 478. Bring that in. See, we're getting very close to 500. We only took 20 episodes away. 21 weeks away from being able to having to forcefully ship this or get it to a point. Yeah, there it is. There's 478. And if we go solo, like that, missing track this, like that. Cool. One thing which you might have noticed is they're in wrong order. 2012, 2019, 2012, 2019, 2018, 2016. Most of them. So we want to do a sort, and we'll do A and B. And if A episode. We can sort by episode number because it'll be increment each time. We could also sort by date, but I could. Depends where the date comes in. So if a date is greater than, I get these mixed out until I do check. So if a date is greater than b date, if return 1. If it's less than 1, otherwise return 0. Yeah, got those the wrong way around. I think that gives us better safety because we could have a potential episode which doesn't contain a number, which is it could. But sorting by date is best, and I'll definitely know if there's a problem with them because it's got selection. It's got a number. It's fractional, and it might jig itself between the two, but date is definitely happening between that. It's an event which happened, or a show which was recorded and broadcast. That's a lot. That's a lot of filters on there, and I just realised we've got to about 2 hours of hacking around with this. I like it, but I feel like there's a lot of domain knowledge here now, which we can separate out into a different file, potentially. I might do that off stream. I might have a little play around with how I want to do the file structure, without having to explain what I'm doing. I'm also going to have a look at some of these other ones. I may as well just, seems I'm in this flow of going through these filters, I can add some of these in. So services is an easy, good one. Without having to do too much about formatting, I can close this section off. And I'll just do a H1 again, and platforms or services. Nah, I'll just go with that. That's what Dorian suggested, and there's 4 of those. 4. And I'm gonna break them down. Label, which includes a input, and it's type of a check box. Can I just enter that? Label that, yeah. Input, yeah. Type equals check box. Yeah, okay, cool. And we have sound. I'm going to break this onto a new line. Sound Cloud. But because it's an Apple Beats show, I probably should put Apple first, just not to upset the gods. And oh yeah, it's got to be all Apple Music, SoundCloud, and those older shows are on Mixcloud. Mixcloud. Let's check. Mixcloud. How do they like to be labeled? Mixcloud with a lowercase. Yes, with a lowercase lowercase c. And we're going to go into this data down here, and it's service of episode. episode. All true. So Apple Music, true. So sound, cloud, true. Mix, cloud, true. Because there's a definite space between that, but the SoundCloud is one word, but they capitalize a C. Put that there. And I'll V4 all of these. Click on that, clickety click, click. V model this dot all for now, and I can Apple Music, sound, cloud, and mix, cloud. What did I do on the previous one? Where we had this unchecked all. Want to do a click on that. Oh, I've lost it all. There it is. Click, uncheck others, and we want to pass in the service episodes into that. Save that document. And we have a space there. I really want to put in class font. Is it text size? Text large. Let's try that. Font bold. And on this, I want to class margin bottom 2. Give it some space. More than that, let's go for 4. I'll do the inner ones a different time. Check that those are all checked, and I didn't want them all checked. False. Yeah. Now I can do the functions, and this is getting very gnarly, isn't it? If this service of episode is Apple Music, then filtered equals filtered. Filter is broadcast on. I think I'm going to. I can make this a bit dynamic. So, pass in the episode, and we'll go Apple Music. I have a feeling. No, that's not going to work. Because the title's changed. You'll see in a second. We'll pass that in. And we'll do the ones for Mixcloud and such. SoundCloud. Mixcloud. Cloud. And Mixcloud here. We almost got it good then, but this is what happens when it is broadcast on Apple Music. We grab the episode in. How do we check whether it's broadcast on Apple Music? Well, you'll see on latest episodes when we scroll down all the way down to here, you have this tag called Beats 1, and that's what it was called up until a couple of weeks ago, but now it's all Apple Music. and SoundCloud, and we have Mixcloud in there. So we can't technically use that. I could do a translation. I might even consider doing that. Yeah, actually, we'll go for that to make it simplified. So, this is going to be the service, and we can do a check if service equals Apple Music. Then we know that the episode that beats 1 that we have a length to that. Well, if we have episode beats 1 and there's a length greater than 0, then we know that that exists. Else if, well, be else. Return e service, because we're checking on that document, and e service with service, yep. Length is greater than 0. And we can actually go with your fix. We grab this, replace it with this. We've got to start here, pop that in, and we'll pass that for now. Sound cloud and mix cloud. It's probably a better way to do that. Yeah, there definitely is. Apple Music, Sound Cloud, and Mix Cloud. There's probably an even better way to do this as well. Object.keys. Let's scroll that into. Get all the keys, and for each, we go over each of the keys, and then we will check if that contains in there. So if key, then we can pass in that key. We also have to go if key not equals all, just to capture that. Nat's made a bit of functionality clean. Check out old episode. Yep. Recent episode. Cool. And one of them is looking like it's displayed and it's not coming up with that. What's the selection all day? Let's check that data. So content episodes, it was a 9.5. This one. Each one. SoundCloud. So that selection all day should come on now. That's interesting. Perhaps what I can do is I'll make sure that a service equals service to lower case, just in case came through. Got SoundCloud, Mixcloud. It shouldn't have made any difference though. I want to check now. That's really. Why is that? Service. And service. Clear all that. SoundCloud. Did I have a incorrection on that episode? 395 J Rock J. It's not 395, of course. This one. Oh, I think I had this one set as there was SoundClouds within. And there wasn't a global SoundCloud. Yeah, it became empty. Even for the Beats 1. It won't display. So it was working. It was working as expected, and that episode needs cleaning up. Selection all day. No biggie. But you've noticed when we are clicking this that all is not doing as we expected. And it's because we need to do this type check again. This was an absolute pain. I don't like it. Having to do that each time. It does a job, but I don't like the approach. And I'll probably have a little play around with bettering that approach. So that was painless, that one, because it's just checking a key value. Was there another one? Yeah, I do capture that data, the broadcasting. Let's have a quick look at some of the episodes. So, the location and the station it was. So, which station it was broadcast on. I can't just check whether it was like uploaded to SoundCloud and Mixcloud, because I want to know what station it was broadcast on, whether it was K Beach Radio or not. So we're going to broadcast this studio. Of episode. I'm gonna go with that for now. Like Universal Studios, you need to have subsidiaries between that. And Disney or Netflix Studio, isn't it? It's I think I'll keep with station. And we have, of course, we have for all, which is true by default. We have the Apple Music, which is false. We have Red Bull Studios. Studios. I'll keep with Red Bull. False. And we have Rinse FM. And we'll go also with the K Beach. I think I had that in the data, so we have those. And there might be, I guess they're all on a station, but Some of them might just be uploads. So we'll go with none. I'll keep that as a placeholder. I think there was some which are like boiler room. Or other. I'll go with the others. There are a few episodes which have been not broadcast on Apple or Rinse FM, but on other stations like Boiler Room, Clubhouse. I'm sure what other stations there are. Those are too much to know of. And there is an episode which is wrongly identified as that. I know there is one which I need to fix. I got that in there. I might be able to do one of these again. Well, these little each of keys. Let's see, what did I do up here? Let's get rid of this console log. Boop, 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 boop. Gone. Function is station. Well, that is broadcast on is same with what is uploaded to. We'll go with this. It is station, and we're putting this station there. We know that if each episode has a station and it should match. It's easy. Might need to deal with something with the others and the counts of those. We didn't do the counts of these ones. Might need to do that. I'm gonna do a station, and I think I'm gonna call it and then grab something to eat. It's getting late. I lose my train of thought. I'm getting, like the end of the streams. You need to have a break, and I've not had a break yet. I'm looking at things sideways and going like, what am I doing? So if you get to that point, you totally should take breaks and code. Some people use the Pomodoro technique. I've tried that a few times, but sometimes I get into a real good flow. And now I'm at the end of flow and distracted. So yeah, I'm typing my name instead of things. So this. I've even forgotten what we called it here. Station of episode? We call it station of episode. This station of episode, each of those keys for each key, and if key are not equal, all, and this station of episode key is true, then we filter it. This was so much easier. Episodes is station. We're passing the episode and the key in there. And I think they match up mostly, except from the Apple Music one, so that has to have this. If station equals Apple Music, then return e station equals beats 1. Probably should put in a if station equals station or beats 1 for that particular one, because I I might start using that new tag on the data. And let's go up to here. Let's grab the previous one. Let's grab all this. Copy it there. Broadcast station. We've got all station of episode. Let's pop those and K Beach. Well, what was the last? It was Apple Beats. Then it was Red Bull for a little bit, I think. Rinse FM. I think that was the order. Red Bull Studios. Rinse FM. And there's another one, wasn't there? There was the K Beach. K Beach. K Beach. And I think I kept the code simple that nah. There's none of those. Do I have a K Beach one? Yep, I got a K Beach one. Do I have a Rinse FM one? I don't have a Rinse FM one. And let's check the Apple Music. Yeah, all those recent ones are on Apple. I guess from episode 200, 2016. Wow, been a while, hasn't it? And I need to put in that really, really hacky watcher. Station of episode, which handles this toggle. And I kind of want to put in accounts. Shall I put in accounts very quickly? I'm thinking it. I'm also not thinking. I think it might not be it. I'll add those off stream. Yeah, I'll do those on a different session when I next get back to it. We did quite a bit, didn't we? Takeovers, and this one I think is on Apple Beats. So if I go on to Red Bull Studios, of course I need to add these as check, because it's either one studio or another. It's not. I don't think they would broadcast on the same studio. So I might be able to change that to radio. Radio button. And if I add in a name for that, station of episode, that should be all radios and it should flick. And it broke. I'll put it back in the chat box. I'll have a little play around with that on a different time. But chat box is about right, because there's only one broadcast station which a show can possibly go out on. So it won't go out on both of those, otherwise it'll always return back with no results, and that's not ideal. Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Apple Music, takeovers, interviews with guest appearances. Yeah, that's about right. International shows, no, it doesn't match those. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. I'm gonna write that as we fix the header. Let's make that as a separate atomic commit. So link to home with the brand logo. One. Commit that. We don't need that. We do need this. This is a lot of functionality, and I probably will separate that out because it is a bit gnarly. We added in this, and don't need that. And we added in a few episodes to add into content. So new feature. Track list filtering. Boop. And by the way, this is a public repository as well, so you can see all the things. Maybe I've accidentally released some source on there and things, so be nice. But I'm going to end the stream now. We had a little bit of a rocky start at the start, not exactly at the end. But ultimately, we got quite a bit done. Locally, we got the filters done, and I do this each and every week, as you probably know by now. I just kind of hack through this. I will, after a while, kind of get to like some better notes to make them more kind of focused. But we're just kind of like working through these things. It's just like you're coding along with me, throwing in some comments into the chat, and just hanging out really. Otherwise, I'm not accountable for anything, and I could say that I'm delivering, but how do you know? You probably spent as much time with me knowing how long it takes to do this stuff. It's not throw it together in half an hour. It's doable, but when you're kind of exploring how you want something to work, it can take a little bit of time, and that's software engineering. There are some great engineers out there who can smash through these things if they rehearse and know exactly what they're doing. I'm just going from a visual design and trying to make it functional, and it's not always the most easiest to do. In the best of lights, I mean, even though you have to take a few different stabs at it, especially if you want to make some unit tests and end-to-end tests. They're totally crucial if you want to make sure it works. And you see with this code that I will probably rewrite it, clean it up a bit. I just kind of wanted to get something visual as well to show why it's a lot of in code work. But ultimately, I'm having fun. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're having a good time. I'm going to end it here. Grab some food, grab some water, and relax. Rest up mind. I'll see you next week when we continue our very important work.